Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Monday the 22nd of the 2nd, 2021. The time is just coming up to 0455 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session about to fire up, and our lunchtime is the US North American session. Right, make a start then. Last Friday, the last full trading day, 19th, we had a negative unopposed driver in the dollar. Dollar was very weak then. We had no backdoor flows, and the opposing positive flows coming out fairly evenly from the euro plus 39, out of the pound plus 38, and the yen was the positive rock at plus 13. Activity plus or minus 90. Last week, just to remind you then, the whole of last week, which was the Monday the 15th to Friday the 19th, we had the pound operating as the unopposed positive driver at plus 503, no backdoor flows, and the bulk of these negative flows were coming out of the yen at minus 366, next out of the dollar at minus 98, and the euro was pretty steady at minus 39 as the rock. Activity plus or minus 503, and today so far, intraday, Monday the 22nd, today, Asian session effectively, the yen is the unopposed negative driver at minus 95, no backdoor flows, and it's coming fairly evenly, but the euro mainly into the euro at plus 40, into the pound at plus 38, and slightly into the dollar at the as a positive rock at plus 17. Activity plus or minus 95. Right, what's going to knock this about then? Right, so well, today, what have we got? Let's just dig this out. Right, so we've had the Chinese interest rates announcement, so that's basically been and happened. China rates haven't changed since April 2020, so no great change there. Today we've got UK speeches from Boris about ending the lockdown, so that's GBP. And we've got a speech from Lagarde, the president of the ECB, later on as well. And we've got New Zealand retail sales later, which is quite later. It's basically nearly tomorrow. So, and then Tuesday, we've got GBP claimants and unemployment count. And bear in mind that's influenced by the furlough scheme. And Wednesday, interestingly, we've got the New Zealand rates announcement. More about that then. So right, what's been happening in the wider market? I'll just get a bit organised. We'll make some room as well. So let's just rub this off a minute. We've got 9 trades running, and we've actually added an extra on the pound New Zealand long, but we'll talk about that as well in a minute. So right. Right, so in terms of the complexes, and this is in the firing order for the watch list that we recommended in our video, how to make more FX funds from your watch list. Anyway, this is the euro. The euro is weak in some ways, except strong versus the dollar, the yen, and the Swiss franc. Right, the yen is weak across the board. All 7 pairs are weak. The pound is strong, except against the CAD, the AUD, and the NZD. So that's basically the commodity currencies. The Swiss franc is strong, except against the pound, AUD, NZD. The CAD is strong. Hang on, the Swiss franc, no, sorry, mistake. Right, Swiss franc is strong except against the yen. And the CAD is strong except against the pound, AUD and the NZD. Right, so, and then the AUD is strong except against the New Zealand dollar. And the NZD is strong across the board, all 7 pairs, and the dollar is weak except against the yen, which is even weaker. Right, so the euro's weak except it's strong against the dollar and the yen and the Swiss. So that tells you that they're quite weak. The yen's very weak. The dollar's strong except against the CAD, the AUD and the NZD. So we've got a sort of fairly risk-on situation there. And the Swiss is strong except against the yen. So that tells you what's going on there, and so on. So we won't run through those again because we're pressed on time. But there they are for you. Right. So what else then? If we look at the other asset classes, we've got the US dollar index. Right, the US dollar index, basically we're down near the bottom, down near a floor, double bottom if you like. Gold is has had like yeah, pretty much, and then just a very slight perk up recently, but it's basically been pasted off and arguably should have been coming up because of this soft US dollar, but there's other reasons. But oil has been strong, came off and is now slightly on the up but below the highs. Let's just make some room there then. Wall Street, Tech and S&P, basically they've come off the highs and are flatlining to ranging at the moment, just below the highs, well a little bit below the highs. US 10-year bond, that's showing that it really wants to sell off, which means yields are coming up strongly. So that's interesting. So and that's showing signs of weakness in the price and strength in the yield. And copper has come up. It had a dirge, then it caught up with equities. Then last week it had a good ramp up, and this morning, today, it's ramping even further. So copper is really really liking what's going on at the moment in the markets. It's really being pumped up. Right, so that's that. Let's just make some room. Right, so what do we think is going to happen? Well, the New Zealand dollar is sort of being used as the default go-to, but we believe if you look at the data cycle has been strong, but it's not that strong, and it's starting to creak a bit. You've got the New Zealand dollar rates decision on Wednesday. It's likely that the New Zealand dollar complex will start to come off. So that's one thing. We always like a struggle with the market, and that's why we've swapped out some trades. We don't want to fight the market too hard. If it goes fully bent, we'll run for the hills. But what are we running? We're running long trades. So we're long euro dollar. We're long euro yen. We're pound yen long. pound dollar long even. We're pound New Zealand. Right, we're CAD, yen long, and we're AUD NZD long. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're short. We're selling the dollar CAD, and what else? The euro CAD. Now we've actually got 2 times on the pound New Zealand. We're about 130 points up overall, despite having to chop out about 200 points on the pound New Zealand. Where am I looking here? Right, so our net positions are effectively, if we break it down, what are we doing? We're basically 3 short the dollar, so 3 times short the dollar. We're 2 times long the euro and 1 times short the euro. We're 3 times short the yen. We're 3 times long the pound. We're 3 times long the CAD, and we're 1 times long the AUD. We're 2 times short the NZD, and now we've added that extra one. We're +1 there, so we're 3 times short the NZD. Right, so that's our positions in terms of long and short. In terms of so we're short the dollar, mixed on the euro, but predominantly long the euro, short the yen, long the pound, long the CAD, long the AUD, and we're short the NZD. Right, so that gives you an idea. Looking at flows then, we've got yen weakness, unopposed negative driver so far today, and as such, and we've got this strength in the commodity currencies, AUD, NZD, CAD. We've got copper on a tear, oil starting to perk up. Looks very risk on. So I hope that was useful to you. We're going to stick out another economics video this morning, continuing our quest for understanding the Keynesian model of the economy. So take a look at that if you can. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.